I never really thought about my age. I was always active, engaged, and excited about what life had to offer. But somewhere along the line, I started noticing a change in how people interacted with me. A certain hesitancy in their eyes, a tendency to speak louder and slower, as if I were hard of hearing or slow of mind. It was during a job interview that the reality of ageism truly hit home. I was more than qualified for the position, my resume spoke for itself, and yet I noticed a distinct lack of interest from the interviewer. The conversation felt strained, their eyes lingering a little too long on the dates listed on my CV. I walked out of that interview feeling deflated, the weight of their unspoken assumptions pressing down on me. It was then that I realized I had become invisible. This experience forced me to confront the uncomfortable truth about ageism. It's woven into the fabric of our society, so deeply ingrained that we often don't even realize it's there. We live in a culture obsessed with youth. From wrinkle creams to the media's relentless focus on all things young and trendy, we are bombarded with the message that getting older is something to be dreaded, disguised, or even denied. This obsession with youth has created a societal blind spot when it comes to aging. We tend to view older adults through a narrow lens, often associating aging with decline, frailty, and a diminished capacity for contribution. But these assumptions couldn't be further from the truth. Aging is not a synonym for decline. With age comes experience, wisdom, and a unique perspective that only a life fully lived can offer. Yet these invaluable assets are often overlooked or dismissed, victims of our youth-obsessed culture. Imagine a world where we celebrated the wisdom and experience of our elders, where their voices were not only heard but actively sought out. Instead of viewing aging as a liability, we should recognize it for what it truly is, an asset. Older adults represent a wealth of untapped potential, a vast reservoir of knowledge, skills, and experience that can benefit our communities and societies in countless ways. Think of the seasoned teachers who bring a lifetime of learning and passion to their classrooms, inspiring the next generation. Consider the entrepreneurs who, after decades in the workforce, launch successful businesses, proving that innovation knows no age limit. These are just a few examples of the countless ways older adults enrich our world. It's time we challenge the deeply ingrained ageism that pervades our society. We need to shift the narrative around aging, moving away from the deficit-based model that focuses on what people supposedly lose as they age, and instead embrace an asset-based approach that recognizes and values the contributions and potential of older adults. This shift in perspective requires a multi-pronged approach. We need to start by examining our own biases and prejudices about aging. We need to challenge the stereotypes and negative portrayals of older adults in the media. By embracing the wisdom and experience of our elders, we not only enrich their lives, but also our own. The ageism directed at President Joe Biden is a stark reminder that even those in the highest echelons of power are not immune to this pervasive prejudice. Despite his impressive political career, his deep understanding of policy, and his unwavering commitment to public service, President Biden has faced relentless scrutiny and criticism, much of it rooted in subtle and not so subtle digs at his age. From snide remarks about his stamina to questions about his mental acuity, the underlying message is clear: he's too old for the job. This line of thinking is not only unfair and disrespectful, but it's also incredibly dangerous. It undermines the legitimacy of his presidency and perpetuates the harmful stereotype that age is a barrier to competence and leadership. President Biden's experience serves as a potent reminder that ageism is a societal problem that affects us all. Regardless of our age, background, or social standing, it's time we stop defining people by the number of years they've lived and started recognizing the value, wisdom, and experience they bring to the table.